Excitement is palpable among Knicks fans as the basketball season kicks off. However, ongoing debates within the fan base revolve around a potential alteration to the team's starting lineup, contemplating the substitution of Quentin Grimes with Donte DiVincenzo. Despite DiVincenzo's noteworthy performances, his inclusion in the starting five remains a contentious topic. Advocates argue that DiVincenzo brings a fresh dynamic to the team's gameplay, while others contend that the current starting lineup has already demonstrated its efficacy on the court. This video aims to dissect both perspectives, ultimately arriving at a conclusion regarding the optimal course of action for the Knicks. Quentin Grimes, a skilled shooting guard for the Knicks, has displayed talent on the court, but he hasn't emerged as a dominant force thus far. The ongoing comparison between Grimes and DiVincenzo has ignited intense discussions among fans. While Grimes is undeniably a talented player who could potentially enhance the Knicks' starting lineup, the pivotal role of experience in the NBA cannot be overlooked. Experience often serves as the differentiating factor between a star player and a bench warmer. In evaluating players like Donte DiVincenzo and Quentin Grimes, experience emerges as a crucial element in their gameplay. So, what distinguishes their playing styles, and why does DiVincenzo appear to have the upper hand over Grimes? While basketball enthusiasts appreciate players who excel in scoring, driving, and overall game domination, successful NBA players possess a well-rounded skill set, encompassing both offense and defense. This is where experience becomes paramount, aiding in understanding play dynamics, executing strategic moves, and recognizing the opportune moments to take crucial shots. A comparison between Donte DiVincenzo and Quentin Grimes reveals that DiVincenzo holds an advantage due to his extended tenure in the NBA, having played for multiple teams, collaborated with various coaches, and overall accumulated more league experience. Despite Grimes showcasing flashes of brilliance on the court, his game lacks the consistent experience required to reach the upper echelons of player proficiency. This doesn't imply that he won't eventually match DiVincenzo's skill level, but it underscores the need for Grimes to invest more time in refining his game. In contrast, DiVincenzo has already honed skills like effective communication with teammates, strategic court movements, and confident shot execution. His demonstrated well-rounded game makes him a more versatile player compared to Grimes. Before we move on, we know you wouldn't want to miss out on more exclusive content like this. So make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel to stay updated with all the latest in the world of the Knicks. Let's continue. To truly grasp the disparity between DiVincenzo and Grimes, observing their roles within the offense is crucial. For instance, notice how DiVincenzo adeptly cuts along the baseline when Brunson is driving, a move he has mastered through prior experience playing alongside Brunson. Conversely, Grimes is still navigating how to maneuver within the team's offensive strategies and execute similar strategic cuts. This learning curve is an integral aspect of player development that comes with accumulating experience. Another crucial facet of experience in the NBA is the development of chemistry among players. Those with more experience often excel at interpreting teammates' movements and predicting their next actions. The fact that DiVincenzo has played with Brunson before enables his ability to foresee Brunson's drives, passing choices, and shot selections. This kind of chemistry is instrumental in unlocking a player's full potential, and it's an aspect Grimes must cultivate as he accumulates more experience in the league. Advocates for DiVincenzo's inclusion in the starting lineup argue that he brings a distinct dimension to the team, particularly with his proficiency in creating turnovers. His assertive and occasionally high-risk playing style has proven beneficial in previous games, instigating early turnovers that provided the Knicks with a significant boost. Supporters also highlight Donte's commendable performances when given the opportunity to start, emphasizing his favorable chemistry with certain teammates. In contrast, Grimes is often viewed as more passive, acting as a connector rather than an assertive force on the court. However, this perception prompts the realization that Grimes needs to evolve into the player fans believe he can be by adopting a more aggressive approach, seizing opportunities and driving to the basket. It's essential to acknowledge that questions regarding DiVincenzo's starting position surfaced after an impressive career-high performance against Charlotte, where he totaled a career-high in points, made field goals, and a career-high in made threes. Some fans caution against overreacting to a single game and contend that the starting lineup change request may have been a result of this exceptional performance. The debate over the starting position ultimately boils down to personal preference, with some fans favoring DiVincenzo's offensive contributions and others valuing Grimes' defensive capabilities. Conversely, some fans contend that Donte is better suited as a bench player. They argue that his aggressive style can sometimes be a liability, leading to turnovers and easy baskets for opponents. Moreover, they suggest that other players on the team, particularly Immanuel Quickley, might be better candidates for a starting role, questioning whether Donte brings sufficient defensive mastery to the starting lineup. Additionally, some fans maintain that Donte's established chemistry with current teammates is robust enough for him to remain effective even when coming off the bench. Sports bettors. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back. Real-time in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-on-one customer service. We got it all. Who do you like in today's NBA action? Check out the link in the description to receive a 125% bonus match on your deposit when you sign up for BetUS.com, where the game begins. So which side of the debate is right? It's hard to say for sure. Donte definitely has his strengths as a player, but he also has areas where he could improve. Ultimately, it will be up to the Knicks coaching staff to determine whether or not Donte should be a starter. They will have to weigh the risks and benefits of putting him in that role and determine what lineup gives them the best chance of winning. However, there are compelling reasons why the team should stick with Grimes in the starting lineup for the time being. First and foremost, the current starting lineup has proven effective, with strong offensive and defensive percentiles. Introducing changes mid-season could introduce unnecessary disruptions to a formula that is already yielding positive results. Furthermore, Grimes adds a unique dimension to the team's strategy with his defensive acumen, particularly in handling elite ball handlers. This was demonstrated in a recent game against the Hawks, where Grimes was able to limit Trae Young to just 22 points, well below his season average. The ability to contain top-tier players like Young is a valuable asset for any team, and it's something that should not be taken lightly. While he does need to assert himself offensively more often, his defensive skills are undeniable. Let's acknowledge that Donte is an impressive defender also. His ability to read the telepathy of his opponents and quickly get those steals is something to behold. Nevertheless, Grimes' defensive style, rated among the league's best, may be a better fit for the Knicks, especially when confronting teams with formidable wing depth like the Boston Celtics. This leads to the next point. Consideration should be given to the Knicks' size, as a smaller team needs to counter players who can shoot over them. Grimes' physical defensive style effectively limits the impact of such players, as seen in matchups against teams like the Boston Celtics. Coach Tom Thibodeau's inclination to deploy the best defender against stronger teams aligns with Grimes' track record as a top defender throughout the league. While Donte's aggressiveness is commendable, Grimes' consistent defense may be more reliable when facing teams with substantial wing depth. It's crucial to recognize that defense extends beyond individual skills. It requires team effort, communication, and coordination. Grimes' excellent basketball IQ positions him as one of the league's premier defenders, a quality that holds significant value in a team-oriented sport like basketball. It's also worth noting that Grimes is still a relatively new addition to the team, having been drafted in 2021. It takes time for players to adjust to the NBA, and the fact that Grimes has been able to make a significant impact so quickly is a testament to his talent and potential. It's no secret that basketball is an intense sport, with each game contributing to the overall success of the team. This intensity can be overwhelming, especially when a single game can determine the team's future and playoff position. This makes it essential for patience to be exercised, as well as constant support and development. Coach Thibodeau's approach towards Grimes, for instance, is a reflection of the need to balance expectations, growth, and support in the team. While there's no doubt that DiVincenzo is a skilled player, it's important to remember that Grimes is still coming back from an injury and may not be at 100% capacity. Continuity is another argument in favor of retaining Grimes in the starting lineup. The current lineup has cultivated chemistry and trust, elements that could be disrupted by introducing a new player. If adjustments are needed as the season progresses, the possibility of altering the rotation remains. Grimes doesn't always close games, with instances of IQ and heart fulfilling that role in the past. The Knicks are in a good position right now in the Eastern Conference, and making a change to the starting lineup could upset the delicate balance that has been achieved thus far. In summary, despite the valid arguments favoring exploration of new lineup options, the current consensus suggests that the Knicks are better served maintaining their existing starting lineup. Grimes' consistent performance as a premier defender in the NBA, coupled with his physical playing style and exceptional basketball IQ, presents valuable assets for the team. His defensive mastery and demonstrated ability to handle top-tier players like Trae Young underscore his significance in the current role. While DiVincenzo's defensive aggressiveness is noteworthy, the team requires a more dependable defender. Introducing lineup changes might disrupt a formula that is currently yielding positive results. While DiVincenzo is undoubtedly talented, there is no need to fix something that isn't broken, at least not at this juncture. If offensive stagnation becomes evident during the playoffs, a switch might be deemed necessary, but until then, there's no cause for alarm. The Knicks possess a flexible rotation and the capability to adapt as needed. Nevertheless, witnessing players like DiVincenzo make a notable impact is encouraging, and the hope is for more consistent contributions from him in the future. The Knicks should remain vigilant, ready to make adjustments when necessary, but for the time being, allowing the current lineup to excel in their strengths is the prudent course of action.